What up, 12th man? Welcome to another Norblog. Okay, the draft is over. Now what? For those of you who've been doing mock drafts and obsessing over the draft for the last 2 months, you may be a know-it-all when it comes to these players. But for the rest of you, you might be thinking, like me, who the heck are these guys? I mean, with the exception of the Washington Huskies, my alma mater, I hardly watched any college games last year. So I'm not even gonna try to pretend to know how good any of these guys are. Because really, I have no idea. In fact, I wonder if these draft experts even really know, you know? I mean, draft experts are like Seattle weathermen. Regardless of how wrong they are in their predictions, they always keep their jobs, and everybody seems to keep going back to them for more information. I don't get it. I mean, these are the same guys who gave the Seahawks a D the year that they drafted Bruce Irvin, Bobby Wagner, and Russell Wilson, okay? Anyway, what I am gonna do is give you a better idea who these Seahawk draft picks are, what position they play, and how they're expected to fit in with the Hawks. Welcome to the 2014 Norb-Cam Draft for Dummies. The NFL Draft consists of 7 rounds, 32 picks per round. 32 teams, 32 picks. The picking order is simple. It's worst to first. The team with the worst record from the last season has the number 1 pick in each round, and the Super Bowl champion has the 32nd pick, which of course is your Seattle Seahawks. Going into the draft, the Seahawks had 6 picks. You'll notice that some rounds are missing and there's a duplicate 5th round pick. That's the result of picks that were gained or given up from off-season trades, like when the Hawks gave up their 3rd round pick to help acquire Percy Harvin. There's also a round of what's called compensatory picks, which we're not going to cover here because 1, they're not really that interesting, and 2, I don't really completely understand them, and I kind of need to do more homework on it because, you know, I'm kind of slacking. We're just going to skip that altogether, all right? Instead of picking a player, a team has the option to trade their pick to another team in exchange for more picks in later rounds, which is exactly what the Seahawks did. They traded their 32nd pick in the 1st round for a 2nd round pick and a 4th round pick from the Minnesota Vikings. Why do teams do this? Well, it allowed the Vikings to move up in the draft to get the quarterback they needed, Teddy Bridgewater, and allow the Seahawks to gain a later round pick, which the Seahawks have done very well with in the past. Russell Wilson, Richard Sherman, Malcolm Smith, Bobby Wagner, just to name a few. After all the trades were done, the Seahawks ended up with 9 total picks. In round 2, pick 45, the Seahawks selected Paul Richardson, wide receiver from Colorado, 6 feet, 175 pounds. For this next section, I'm going to be introducing a brand new, never-before-seen tool to help explain where these players are going to end up on the field. I call it the Norb-Cam Lego Skittle-Strater. Check it out. Here's a typical offensive slot formation featuring 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. In the Seahawks offense, Paul Richardson will be competing with the receivers. He's fast, a 4.4 in the 40, which is the 3rd fastest among receivers. He's a deep threat, something Seattle hasn't had in a long time. The only downside, at only 175 pounds, he's very slim. A little bit of a concern, but he's often compared to Deshaun Jackson, formerly of the Eagles and now with the Redskins. In round 2, pick 64, the Seahawks selected Justin Britt, offensive tackle from Missouri, 6'5", 325 pounds. Britt will compete with Michael Bowie for the starting right tackle position where Giacomini used to play. Britt played 5 positions on the offensive line in college. Offensive line coach Tom Cable likes his toughness, as he held his own against 1st round draft pick Jadeveon Clowney. In round 4, pick 108, the Seahawks selected Cassius Marsh, defensive lineman, UCLA. 6'4", 252 pounds. Let's take a look at the Seahawks defense. The Seahawks use a 4-3 defense. That means 4 defensive linemen and 3 linebackers. Marsh's role with the Seahawks will be to compete for a spot on the defensive line. He's a versatile lineman who can play end, outside, and tackle inside. Marsh played 3 positions along the defensive line in college. He's a versatile pass rusher and is often compared to Michael Bennett. In round 4, pick 122, Kevin Norwood, wide receiver, Alabama, 6'2", 198 pounds. He ran a 4.4 in the 40, very respectable. He can play inside or outside receiver, and he'll need to play special teams as well. Norwood is clutch. Much like Doug Baldwin, he's one of those players that makes the big play at the biggest moments of the biggest games. In round 4, pick 132, the Seahawks selected Kevin Pierre-Louis, linebacker, Boston College. 6 foot, 232 pounds, he ran a 4.46 in the 40. Pierre-Louis's best trait is his speed. He could be a potential replacement for Malcolm Smith, who will be an unrestricted free agent after this season. Pierre-Louis made 360 tackles at Boston College, the 8th most in school history. He's a high-energy, instinctive player. In round 5, pick 172, the Seahawks selected Jimmy Stanton, defensive tackle, Middle Tennessee State. 6'4", 301 pounds. He's expected to compete at defensive tackle and defensive end. He's a big body on the inside, much like a Brandon Mebane or a Red Bryant. In round 5, pick 199, the Seahawks selected Garrett Scott, offensive tackle, Marshall, 6'5", 310 pounds. He's expected to compete at left tackle with Russell Okung. Scott played 4 positions along the offensive line. He's versatile and athletic. He ran the 40-yard dash in 5.04 seconds and had a 33.5-inch vertical jump. Pretty good for a 310-pound lineman. In round 6, pick 208, the Seahawks selected Eric Pinkins, defensive back, San Diego State. 6'3", 220 pounds. He ran the 40 in 4.44 seconds. He was a safety in college, but the Seahawks planned to try him out at cornerback. His vertical leap was 39.5 inches. We're talking rare athleticism for someone this guy's size. He's very similar in build to Brandon Browner. And finally, in round 7, pick 227, the Seahawks selected Kiero Small, running back, Arkansas. 5'8", 250 pounds. He ran the 40-yard dash in 4.89 seconds. He'll compete at fullback with Derek Coleman and Spencer Ware. One interesting note, he broke 26 face masks in college while blocking. This guy's a battering ram. Seahawks general manager John Schneider says he's super tough, plays really low, and digs guys out. So there you go. Those are the 9 draft picks for the Seattle Seahawks in the 2014 NFL Draft. But there were also several rookie undrafted free agents that the Seahawks picked up. Let's check out the list right here. Strong safety Deion Bailey out of USC. Linebacker Brock Coyle from Montana. Tight end Chase Dixon, Central Arkansas. Offensive tackle Gary Gilliam, Penn State. Offensive guard Bronson Irwin, Oklahoma. Defensive end Jackson Jeffcoat, Texas. Cornerback Jimmy Legree, South Carolina. Defensive tackle Andrew Pulu, Eastern Washington. And last but not least, quarterback Keith Price from the University of Washington. Now, while these players aren't as high profile as the guys who were in the draft or selected in the draft, keep in mind that Doug Baldwin and Jermaine Kearse were also undrafted free agents. Okay, so what happens next with all these new players? Well, they're all here in Renton at the VMAC, getting ready for the rookie minicamp, which takes place this weekend, starting on May 16th. After that, the OTAs, or organized team activities, will take place from May 27th to the 29th, June 2nd to the 3rd, the 5th, and the 9th through the 12th. Then there will be a mandatory minicamp from June 17th to the 19th. Then, ladies and gentlemen, after that, in late July, early August, training camp, baby. And Norb-Cam will be there to bring it to you. All right, it's gonna be cool. See all these new rookies, these new players getting it on out there in the field for the first time for the public to see. It's gonna be great. Something I'm very excited about. I signed up for the Sports Illustrated special, where if you signed up for a 1-year subscription, you get the DVD, special collector's book, and a football. Well, finally, after 3 months of waiting, I got my DVD, which I have not even seen this yet. It's like I've waited 3 months. I could have bought this at Costco for $20, but on principle, I waited to get my Sports Illustrated version, which I paid for. Finally, came in the mail today. I haven't even broken the shrink wrap yet. Can't wait to watch this. I'm so excited. I'm probably the only 12th man who has not seen this video yet. I can't wait. Here's a special Seahawk collector's book, Sports Illustrated style, with all kinds of articles and pictures and everything from the season and everything like that. Yeah, baby, Richard Sherman, baby. The tip. But I've not yet received my football. What's up? 2 out of 3. So I better get that football soon. I'm gonna have to start calling the Sports Illustrated guys, giving them some flack. You know what I mean? Anyway, lots to be excited about. Before I wrap, I just wanted to do a quick shout out to my boy Aiden Erlinson. The little guy, check him out. Check out this picture right here. Big 12th man fan, Seahawk fan. He's the son of my friend Jared. Aiden, thanks for watching. I do know when you catch the show, you always tell your dad, "Hey Dad, your friend's on TV." Now you get to be on TV, my friend. Thanks for watching the Norb-Cam channel. I've had a lot of requests from people wanting a Norb-Cam shout out on the blogs here, which I'm very happy to do, but I need to have you guys help me out here a little bit. So if you want to have a Norb-Cam shout out, you got to email me a picture of yourself in your 12th man attire. Email me at Norb-Cam12@gmail.com, and I'll pick one or two of y'all to do a shout out and show your picture on the internet, just like it did for Aiden, okay? I'm talking to you, Alex. You're supposed to get me a picture. I'm waiting still. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this special edition Norblog with first annual draft for dummies. I hope you learned something here and found this a little bit informative. Please continue to watch, like my videos, check out my other videos on my site, and please subscribe. Appreciate it. You guys are great. 12th man, love you guys. Go Hawks.
We are the 12th man, Seahawks, we got your back. Yeah, Seahawks, we got that swag. Yeah, defense, go get that sack.